Assalamu alaikum. I'm right now in Istanbul, previously known as Constantinople, and we are at the tomb of Ayub Ansari from Medina. So just to give you some pretext, some very quick summarized history. This is the Sahaba who welcomed the Prophet ﷺ when he entered Medina, and when the Prophet ﷺ chose his place for the mosque, and he wanted to construct the Masjid al-Nabawiyya in Medina, the land was chosen, and it was found that the land actually belongs to some orphans. When the orphans found out that this is the purpose of this acquisition of the mosque, of the land, is to build a mosque, they wanted to donate the mosque, but the Prophet ﷺ insisted of making payment of the mosque. So what happened here was Abu Ayub Ansari paid the orphans on the agreed amount, and he donated it to Waqf, it's called, to the mosque on behalf. So he bought it on behalf of. So this is that great Sahabi. And then there's a hadith that whoever conquers Constantinople, belongs to paradise, from the army or from the leader. So there's been many siege attempts, and this is one of the earlier siege attempt by the Muslims to fulfill the prophecy and to be that person who the Prophet ﷺ spoke about. So what happened here was, the Muslim army made it to on the outer greater outside of Constantinople, not too far. It was led by Yazid Mavia, and Abu Ayub Ansari was part of that army. But he became ill, and his pastor's message was to give Islam to the army. And also, when Yazid ibn Mavia asked him, what is your last wish? He said to be buried at the steps of Constantinople. But the army was still not close to the wall, but not too far either. But Yazid Mavia gave the order to the army to push forward as much as you can and fulfill Abu Ayyub's last wish. So the army made it literally to the wall, and that's where they buried him. And this is where I'm standing right now. On the other side is the wall, about maybe 100 meters ahead. And then they left the siege. They lifted the siege, and they left retreated. And in 1453, Constantinople was conquered again. Finally, it was conquered after several sieges. And at that time, by Muhammad Fateh, 1453, but I think in 1459, he came and built all of this structure. I hope that was a good brief history. Assalamu alaikum.